Coming up, breaking news in the case of a bomb terror plot across the country. Investigators say an arrest has been made, and it was made here in Florida. A Northport bank evacuated the suspicious envelope that required the bomb squad, and how a landmark opioid bill is expected to help local addiction recovery centers in our area. Your Suncoast News starts now.
ABC 7 News at noon.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for joining us. Our top story today at noon, breaking news in the case of suspicious packages being mailed to prominent political figures. We're learning that an arrest has been made today in South Florida. The news comes after more suspicious packages were found earlier today, one at a postal facility in South Florida in Opa-locka, another found in New York. That brings the total number of packages now to 1 dozen. ABC's Maggie Rulli is in New York and joins us live with the latest. Maggie?
This is now the third neighborhood here in New York City to have been put under threat in just as many days, but authorities have just confirmed that they have now tracked down at least one person in connection with these attempted bombings. A suspect is in custody after two more potentially explosive devices were sent to frequent critics of President Trump. Overnight, one intercepted in a mailroom in Florida addressed to Senator Cory Booker. Then, a couple hours later, this block shut down in Manhattan after another package is discovered addressed to former Director of National Intelligence and current CNN contributor James Clapper.
This is definitely domestic terrorism, no question about it in my mind.
Clapper remaining defiant while speaking on CNN.
This is not going to silence the administration's critics.
Law enforcement officials are describing these bomb threats as legitimate domestic terrorism and fear more may be out there.
These devices should be considered dangerous. Do not touch, do not move, do not handle any suspicious or unknown package.
Authorities zeroing in on South Florida to this postal facility just north of Miami. Homeland Security confirming that at least some of the devices were shipped from Florida. Authorities also confirmed that all the packages share the same characteristics: 6 American flag postage stamps, padded yellow manila envelopes, a pipe bomb type device inside, and all listing the return address of Congresswoman and former head of the DNC, Debbie Wasserman Schultz.
Obviously, it's devastating, deeply disturbing to have my name used in that way. It's sinister and evil.
Multiple law enforcement sources now tell ABC News that they tracked down that person in custody using a cell phone. They've now recovered a cell phone, a laptop, and other electronic devices from the suspect. In New York City, Maggie Rulli, ABC News. Back to you.
Maggie, thank you. Now to breaking news here on the Suncoast in Northport. That's where a bank is now shut down after a suspicious envelope was found. A bomb squad with the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office responding to the Bank of America on Tamiami Trail there in Northport. ABC 7's Marla Spence is at the bank now and joins us live with what's happening. Marla?
Well, Scott, the caution tape was just taken down just a few moments ago here at this Bank of America on Tamiami Trail in Northport. This is where a letter with the word bomb was found at this bank. Josh Taylor with the Northport Police Department joins us now to answer a few questions for us. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
So, as we all know, the Sarasota Sheriff's Department was helping with this investigation. What is the latest in this?
Yeah, so around 10 o'clock this morning, guy walks into the bank. He's got some paperwork. He hands it to the security guard. Security guard notices some of the writing on it. It says bomb. Is one of the words on there, obviously concerning. He sets it outside here, calls us. This whole thing begins. It's taped off. The building evacuated, all that good stuff. Back open now. The Sarasota County Bomb Squad, as you said, did come. They sent their robot in. Didn't look too suspicious, so then they brought their dogs in to kind of sniff and didn't find any type of bomb residue on it or any of those types of that would be on there. So they were comfortable with kind of opening it, and so far they found nothing as relating to a bomb. We're waiting for video from the bank, and we'll have a description of the individual and go from there.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Josh. And you guys, as you all know, this is something that the Northport Police Department, as well as this bank and these businesses in the surrounding area, is not taking lightly this afternoon, considering the amount of suspicious packages that we've been seeing being sent to some high-profile politicians across the country. Reporting live in Northport, I'm Marla Spence for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Marla, thank you so much for that update. A lot going on today, and also in our weather today. We've already had some showers roll through, and more on the way, huh?
Yeah, I think so. We got the first little round of showers early this morning. Wasn't much to speak of. And then we got some kind of hit and miss popcorn showers popping up here and there, you know, moving pretty quickly out of the area. Not a lot of rainfall totals, but some of the storms have been pretty strong. And now we've got a line of showers out in Gulf waters, a part of a cold front that I can't wait for.
Me too.
Yeah, it is so exciting to me what kind of weather is be shaping up for us over the weekend. Sarasota Bay webcam shows we started off the morning with some pretty thick clouds out there, actually. And some of the clouds produced a little bit of rainfall, passing showers, then a little bit of sunshine, helping to destabilize the atmosphere, leading to currently a few more showers across the region. You can see that line out in Gulf waters. I mean, that's clearly visible. That is our cold front and the showers associated with it. They're gradually drifting in this direction. Now, the cold air is still a good deal behind that, and it'll take a little while for them to come in. But if you look at the last few frames of this satellite picture, you can see all the weather that we expect to see over the next 24 hours. Showers first, then some clearing, then a little bit of cold air clouds up around Pensacola right now headed our way. All of that will come in turn to the sun coast. Little boundaries set up across the region have left those showers and clouds around. We'll get sunshine, we'll get banks of clouds, we'll get some rainfall. We'll spell it all out for you coming up in just a few. Scott?
All right, John, thank you. A landmark opioid bill is signed into law this week by President Trump, an effort to tackle the epidemic. Now, a local addiction recovery center is weighing in on just how much effect, if any, these changes could have on opioid addiction here on the Suncoast. ABC 7's Jess Dowdrick joins us now with the story. Jess?
Scott, executives at First Step Sarasota see this new opioid bill as comprehensive. However, how the state implements the bill will have a lot to do with its effectiveness. There are 5 major provisions to this law. First, there will be a grant program to help expand the use of recovery centers nationwide. That will include housing for addiction treatment and mental health services. Second, there will be a focus to stop shipments of fentanyl and other illicit drugs from entering the country, with more coordination between Customs and the Postal Service. Third, it'll lift restrictions to drugs that will help wean people off of an addiction. Fourth, the law provides more research for non-addictive drugs for pain. And fifth, what PJ Brooks from First Step sees as the most useful part of this bill is it changes Medicare and Medicaid regulations, expanding coverage for opioid treatment.
I think we need to keep in mind that, yes, we are addressing the opiate epidemic, but we need to be stepping back and looking at the disease of addiction and recognizing that it's not just, right now, the drug of choice is opiates, but we're also seeing a spike in the amount of cocaine use that's going up.
Brooks says the trick with this bill will be how it will be implemented at the state level. Each state, including Florida, has to enact this bill, but Brooks says though it's already been signed by the president, it'll take some time before we see it rolled out in our community. Scott.
All right, Jess, thank you so much. ABC 7 business commentator Jeff Stern joins us now. The check of the day on Wall Street and October, similar to ones we've seen in the past. Not always so good.
We have a lot of red, unfortunately, and October's continuing, especially the last couple of weeks. This week, we're down just under 2% for the Dow. NASDAQ's down right around 2%, and S&P's actually over 2% in the negative. We know today's numbers, GDP came in at 3.5%, which is a little bit higher than they were expecting, so that's positive. For the most part, earnings have been good, maybe just not as strong as analysts would have wanted. 10-year Treasury has come down. 3.08 was the last I saw, so it has not been fun if you've been watching the market on a regular basis. I woke up this morning and the futures were unfortunately red again, but let's see how we're currently trading. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is down 378 points, trading at 24,608, down 1.5 points. A percent, NASDAQ 7,143, down 175 points, 2.39 in the negative, while the S&P 2,651, down 54 points, right at 2%.
Not looking good so far, but we got half a day to go. We'll see if we can get those back. Well, we know most of the third quarter earnings have been strong, but what's going on with two of the powerhouses, and that's Amazon and Google?
That is correct. They came out with earnings last night, and we know Alphabet is the parent company of Google. Third quarter numbers, $33.7 billion in revenue, 21% higher than last year, although still below what the analysts were expecting. Net income came in at $9.1 billion. The strong they're very strong as far as their non-harassment, and they said they're positive as far very adamant as firing 48 people for that. Advertising came in at $28.9 billion. We know Google, that's their strongest revenue stream so far. 1.5% for the year. Unfortunately, 10% for the month. Amazon came in real strong as well. They're up 40% for the year, except for they're down right around 20% this month. So strong numbers, not as well as the analysts were expecting, and we see down today.
Yeah, that always happens, doesn't it?
That does.
Thank you, sir.
Have a great weekend.
You too. Still to come in your Suncoast News, as the FDA targets manufacturers to end teen vaping, the marketing ploy health experts say e-cigarette companies use to lure customers in.
The ABC 7 Stock Report is sponsored by Sunset Cadillac.
Ever since I can remember, I've been intrigued by industrial design and the optimization.
Wait, that's passion? Ever since I can remember, my passion has been industrial design. We need 3D printers for Miss Adams' engineering program so that we are ready to solve 21st century challenges.
Impressive. Think It Up is a new initiative to support student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classroom today? Think It Up.
Like no other. So why should your choices be ordinary? Ghibli, the absolute opposite of ordinary.
Experience it at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Ready to open up new opportunities as an electrician? Don't do it yourself. Team up with Mr. Sparky instead. We're locally owned and looking for people like you. We offer our electricians great perks that you just won't get going it alone. And whether you're an apprentice, a master electrician, or somewhere in between, we have a spot for you.
Best decision I ever made.
Apply online or call today.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
This isn't just any Saturday. This is a Saturday with the best Wi-Fi experience and your show streaming wherever you go. And with savings on wireless, this is a Saturday you can share with the whole family. This is how Xfinity makes life simple, easy, awesome.
Get started with Xfinity Internet for just $29.99 a month for 12 months. And ask how you can save on your wireless bill when you include Xfinity Mobile with your internet. Click, call, or visit a store today.
I feel happiest when I'm out enjoying my favorite things, like spending time in my garden. That's why I need a Humana Medicare Advantage plan.
Many Humana Medicare Advantage plans cover everything from emergency care and hospital stays to doctor office visits and prescription drug coverage. In fact, last year, Humana Medicare Advantage prescription drug plan members saved an estimated $6,900 on average on their prescription costs. Humana has a large network of doctors and hospitals, plans that include vision and dental coverage, and most plans include Silver Sneakers Fitness and a rewards program. All for a $0 monthly plan premium in most areas.
Now I can be happy and healthy and keep enjoying all of my favorite things.
Your health and happiness is important to us. Call or go online now to get your free decision guide and see how a Humana Medicare Advantage plan can help keep you enjoying your favorite things.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Okay, so here we go. We start off with some pretty nice conditions out there, a little bit of cloud cover around, but as I mentioned, as we progress through time, that cloud cover has in fact given way to a few scattered showers out there. I think we'll see as we head through the afternoon, those showers kind of give way to gustier winds and maybe a little bit of clearer skies, but that's probably not going to happen till overnight. One thing is for sure, we're probably just about maxed out our temperatures right now. We're at 85 degrees, and I don't think we're going to get a whole lot warmer than that. Our winds have shifted off Gulf waters, and we have plenty of sunshine out there, but the sunshine is beginning to fade away. We have Winds now out of the southwest. The southwest winds at about 15 or so, 16 miles per hour. Breezy throughout the afternoon. Rip current advisories are up now because of the westerly component to those winds. Also, we'll probably see an exercise caution statement through the afternoon and into tomorrow morning most likely. So we'll watch for that. As far as the chances of rainfall go, well, you can see them on your screen. I can't, but you can. We're about 60% chance for the next couple of hours. And then as we head into the evening, we'll still have about a 60% chance through about 7 o'clock or so. And then as we head into the evening after that, we'll start to see those rain chances begin to trend down. Radar showing, well, you can see it on your screen there, a lot of radar echoes throughout the parts of the deep south. Those radar echoes through the deep south, an indication of a low pressure area moving up the coast of the Carolinas. That low pressure area producing the cold front trailing into Gulf waters approaching our area. Still about, 90 miles away. And it'll probably take another 3-4 hours to get here. I'd say anywhere between 3 and 4 o'clock, you'll start to see those showers make it a little bit closer to shore. And then up to about 7 o'clock, working their way southward through the area. Now, some of them could produce some pretty good rainfall. Don't really expect to see severe weather from those, but certainly some good downpours of rain not out of the question. A lot of cloud cover will accompany that passage of the front, and that will actually kind of, I think, shut down some of the heating and maybe, prevent any kind of stronger storm activity from occurring. Plus, the low pressure center, which contains a lot of the energy of the storm, is located well to the north. So severe weather for us, not really necessarily indicated, but that is not true for parts of the deep south. The Carolina coastline up toward Raleigh, even as that low pressure area exits that region and starts to strengthen, certainly could see some stronger storms. We will see the winds pick up out of the northwest as the high pressure ridge builds in. Once that occurs, we're going to see some clearing take place, but probably not until the second half of tomorrow. We'll get some fair weather clouds being pushed in here by that northwesterly wind. So watch for those winds to stay up, boaters. Southwest at about 15 to 20 throughout the afternoon and into the evening. Exercise caution out there on those waters. You'll get choppy conditions with 3 to 5 foot seas. Now here's the good part. Once that front moves through with that chance of rainfall and those breezy conditions this evening into tomorrow, we'll start to see some clearing take place on Saturday and some much lower humidity air work its way in. By Sunday, full sunshine, 78 degrees, dew points in the 50s. That's some of the coolest, driest air, well, certainly some of the driest air that we have seen since last spring. And overnight lows will be in the 60s. How about that? Even 62 degrees Monday night into Tuesday morning. And that trend will last right in through Halloween. So a pretty nice work week ahead, Scott.
All right, John, thank you so much. Time for lunch now. Let's head over to the kitchen and say hello to JR from JR's Old Packing House Cafe in Sarasota. JR, great to see you again. What's on the menu for today?
Great to be here today. Today we have fresh homemade salmon crab cakes. So we have the salmon, we have the crab cakes, and how we cook them. I'm sure you'll enjoy. What to do with leftover salmon from the holidays.
Blue 32, Blue 32, hot, hot. It's the Gatto Gridiron Challenge. The game's on to sell 2,000 vehicles. 12 teams compete for the #1 spot. Score a great deal at every Gatto dealership. Buy with 0 down. Make no payments for 90 days. Choose from 14 of your favorite brands, all on sale. Who will make it to the end zone? You decide. Rush to a Gatto location near you or visit Gatto.com.
Gattle's got it.
Excuse me a minute. Hi, Dad. No, don't try to get up.
Hi, I'm Julie, a right-at-home caregiver. And if I'd been caring for Tom's dad, I would have noticed some dizziness that could lead to balance issues. That's because I'm trained to report any changes in behavior, no matter how small. So Tom could have peace of mind.
We'll be right there. We have to go.
Hey, Tom, you should try Right at Home. They're great for us.
The right care, right at home.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Forester is an IIHS top safety pick for 12 years running. And right now, you can lease a new Subaru Forester for just $229 a month or get 0% financing with zero down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
Support the Hurricane Michael Relief and Disaster Fund by donating to the United Way of Northwest Florida today. Help communities rise and rebuild after the devastating mess left behind. Every donation makes a difference and is appreciated. Together, we are all Panhandle strong.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
Time now to meet our pets of the week. John is with Marsha Panucci, the founder of Dante's Den and host of Animal Outtakes. Tell us more about Beamer and Coco.
It's going crazy over here. What's going on there, Marsha?
I don't know, I'm getting the hair trim.
You may not be able to see it from that camera angle, but Marsha's got a bird behind her hair there, peeking out from the corners. I've got one here, too. This is Beamer, is that right? Oh, there you go. There she is. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, my goodness.
Well, anyway,
Okay.
this is Beamer. You're
Beamer.
holding Beamer.
Yes.
And Beamer is about somewhere between 15 and 30 years old.
Yes.
Not too
Really?
accurate, yeah, but considered middle age at this point, and considering that the length of the life of Beamer could be 70, 75 years of age, we're right in the middle. So, and Beamer is just a darling. But look at Coco. I have to show you Coco before she gets my hair, my earring, and everything else here. But Coco is she's kind of a talker, and she's a nestler, and she is a cuddler, and yes, and she and she's a cockatoo. And of course, you know the same thing is for the cockatoos. Their length of life is about 70, 75.
You're going to have a hickey before this is over here. You realize that?
Yeah. How am I going to explain that one?
I don't know.
But Coco, yes. But
I just hope you have both earrings when
Yeah.
you're done. It's a possibility.
But Coco,
Oh, she's a cutie.
oh, she's adorable.
Yeah.
She's absolutely adorable. But she, there goes the earring. But Coco and Beamer are just lovely, lovely birds that you can have. They're used to being around people, as you can see. They're not frightened. They are looking for the human touch. They want that. They want to cuddle. They want to nestle. And the only thing with Beamer is that he's kind of picked a little bit at his feathers.
He has a little bit.
Yeah, because he's a little bit bored, but he
Yeah,
can
to get enough interaction, I guess.
unboard if the right owner comes around.
Right.
And but both of these birds today are being offered and presented to us by Birds of Paradise, and they're doing a marvelous job. They have over 400 birds ready for adoption, and you can call them at 727-366-9997.
Birds are great. They make wonderful pets, and they'd be a great addition to your family. Marsha,
Absolutely.
thanks so much for bringing them in today. They're just so much fun. They really are. Scott?
All right, thank you both. In HealthSmart today, the Federal Drug Administration is cracking down on the teen vaping epidemic. They're targeting e-cigarette manufacturers, which will use brightly colored packaging and added flavoring to target minors. Doctors at the Cleveland Clinic say another ploy e-cigarette marketers will use is the misconception that vaping is safer smoking alternative.
And we don't have enough data to support that is safer. And it's something that is worrisome because these teenagers being exposed to nicotine levels that can be addictive. And we know that the electronic cigarettes contain chemicals that can be harmful. They're known to cause cancer. And we'll see in the future if the harms will be the same as the cigarettes or not.
The damage caused by smoking is cumulative over time, so if you are younger, the younger you start, the more potential there is for damage later on. All right, let's get back to the kitchen now. John is a very busy man. He has left the birds behind and joined JR from Old Packing House Cafe in Sarasota. John?
Left the birds, moved on to fish.
We're going to add a little bit of garlic to our olive oil and butter mix.
Well, before you do that, let's tell us, yes, I introduce you, JR from JR's Packing House.
Yes.
And you're cooking what for us today, JR?
We're cooking salmon cakes. So we're going to start off with the garlic and the olive oil and the butter.
Great.
A little bit of shallots, just because I like them, rather than yellow onion. And yes, I like pepper, so we did a whole bunch of colors there. So we got red and yellow. And the interesting part of peppers, the holistic people talk about, are the colors signify different parts of your organs, different organs, I should say. Like the red would be the heart, of course. And there you go. And that'll cook down like that. And as that's cooking down, we'll go ahead and start our crab cakes over here that are already made up.
Salmon cakes.
Salmon cakes. Everybody always talks about crab cakes. So
I love salmon cakes. You can't beat them. Now tell us a little, oh, you're going to just heat those up right now, but you're going to tell us what's in them, obviously.
Oh, we're going to put them together.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, yeah. We're going to put them together. We're just going to do that for right now.
Okay.
And we're going to add a little more butter, so that you can't have too much butter. So while that's doing that, over here, we got our salmon already. We've cooked it, we chilled it, and then we broke it all apart. We don't want to break it up too much because we're going to make a cake out of it. We're going to add a little parsley. We're going to add some breadcrumbs. Now, if you like them thicker, or you're afraid of breaking them, or whatever the case might be, or somebody's complaining they're not cakey enough, add more breadcrumbs. And if that's not the case, then go the opposite.
So you added just egg yolk there, no egg white, huh?
No, I just like the egg yolks.
Okay.
We're going to add a little bit of mayonnaise.
Using real mayonnaise there?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Full strength. Whatever. Yeah, there you go. Now, depending on your household, mine does not like spicy, but I do. So, anyhow, so I can. We're going to add a little sriracha sauce to this. And then as that cooks right there, we're just going to add it to this mix, and then we'll have our fresh carrot cakes. And that's pretty much.
Well, that's simple.
That's really simple, easy, and just depends on how much leftover salmon you have from the night before, where you want to go with this or how much you want to add. And we'll just go like that. And just mix it all together. And then eventually, after it cools down a little bit, we'll make some salmon cakes. And as you can tell, we probably need a little bit more breadcrumbs in there, which we happen to have right here. We're doing a panko.
Actually, I have no idea how you tell that. How do you know if you need more?
Oh, okay. Just by looks.
Okay.
Yeah, it's supposed to look like that. And then I got more egg in case I need it. Don't want to run out in the middle. And then while I was doing that, we got the crab cakes already cooking here. We want is medium to high heat because everything's already cooked. Sorry, medium heat. And all we're doing is hopefully they'll stick together because I don't like adding a whole lot of breadcrumbs. Oh, there you go. I kind of like them like that, actually, oddly enough. Oops.
So you're cooking that in butter. Is that butter? Is that what
butter and olive oil.
Okay.
I have a tendency to do that. The butter adds a little extra flavor.
Well, while you get those ready to plate up, I'll remind everybody the recipe for this is on our website, mysuncoast.com. Click on the dining link button. It'll take you right there. JR's personal video instructions as well. After they're completed, you plate them up. You throw on a little bit of parsley for garnish, and you are good to go. JR, thank you very much. Happy holidays to you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. We'll be right back.
Oh, don't forget the wine. My bad.
From the moment she walked in the door, we stopped having to go to the pharmacy. Certain prescriptions, my health plan or the pharmacy wasn't even able to get here. And hospice provided them, and all we had to do was call up, and the next thing they know, there was another, a delivery.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
no.
That's a don't do it yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TruStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TruStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
If you don't want to fall immediately into love, look away. If you don't want to awaken a desire for excellence, look away. If you don't want to be seduced, please look away.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Get breaking news alerts focused on the Suncoast. Download the ABC7 News app.
Coming up, this extortion email scam targeting Florida college students. Plus, the changes being made to a school safety app after parents found that its anonymous tips were not so anonymous.
You're watching ABC7 News at 12:30.
Welcome back. Topping our news this half hour, University of Central Florida officials say an email extortion scam is targeting university accounts. Those emails claim to have video of users watching adult sites. They then go on to demand $900 if users don't want the video shared with all of their contacts.
I try to have access to all your accounts, social networks, email, browsing history accordingly of all of your contacts, files from your computer, photos, and videos. Wow. I was most struck by the adult sites that you occasionally visit. You have a very wild imagination. Okay, so yeah, obviously, I think he's obviously trying to freak people out.
The UCF Information Security Office is now encouraging students to report the emails and to avoid clicking on any included links. Florida State Attorney Pam Bondi is reassuring students and parents that changes have been made to a new app to ensure anonymity. Location services have been disabled now from Fortify Florida. That app was created this year as a way for parents and students to submit anonymous school safety tips. The change comes after the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office showed up to a parent's home after he had submitted what he thought or was told was an anonymous tip. That parent selected to enable location services, which was why deputies were given his address. However, law enforcement will now no longer receive that information. A Sarasota woman is sentenced to 10 years in prison after she committed fraud for a second time. Back in 2010, Susan Humberson was found guilty of stealing from her employer. And then after her release from prison, she was given a second chance as a record keeper for a new employer. Months later, investigators found she was using business credit cards to buy airplane tickets and beauty services totaling more than $60,000. Two teenagers are arrested after deputies say they held a Palmetto teen at gunpoint. It happened yesterday afternoon along US 41 in Palmetto. The 17-year-old victim says he was approached by two teens asking to borrow his phone. He gave it to him, but it was locked. And that's when deputies say one of the teens pulled out a gun and told him to unlock it. The pair then took off with the phone, but were captured a short time later. Both teams now face armed robbery charges. A Northport man is facing burglary charges after police say he ransacked someone's backyard while naked. Police say 27-year-old Victor Rivega was high on drugs at the time. He's accused of banging a shovel against the wall of a home. When police arrived, they say he put up a fight, kicking officers before he was arrested. Two children were inside the home at the time. Luckily, their parents say they did not wake up. Sarasota County Sheriff's Office now has a new tool to keep you connected. The agency releasing a new app. You can use it to submit a tip, access the 911 call log, get updates to alerts on your phone, and even see who's in jail. You can find it in your app store by searching for Sarasota County Sheriff. A South Florida teen is behind bars charged with threatening football players at his former high school with a gun. But first, let's get to ABC News with a special report.
It could be 3 or 4 of you, actually, but you're going to be standing right here. You're going to be standing right here. I have no doubt. I have no doubt. Who in this room wants to be president someday?
All right, there you heard President Trump right now
So
speaking in the East Room about the latest developments in the case of those suspected explosive devices sent through the mail. He said some things very specific here. He said despicable and have no place in our country. Speaking of the act itself, he says he wants swift and certain justice. And this is interesting, too. He talked about that we must never allow political violence to take root in America, and that Americans must unify, show the world that we are united in peace and love and harmony. I want to go to our White House correspondent, Cecilia Vega, to talk more about this. Cecilia, it's interesting, these comments given lately. He's been frustrated with the perception related to this investigation, feeling as though people were laying the blame on him.
And those are tough questions, Whit, that this White House has been facing for a few days now, and having to attempt to reconcile the president's own rhetoric that we've heard from him on the campaign trail and over the last, frankly, year or so plus, with this new call for unity, which he just echoed right there in the White House East Room. But let me just show you a tweet just a few hours ago this morning. The president put out that's raising some eyebrows. Republicans are doing so well in early voting and at the polls, and now this new, in quotations,
with these bombs being sent across the country to Democratic leaders. We'll have more on that story, of course, coming up throughout the afternoon here on ABC 7 and on our website and social media pages. In other news, a South Florida teen is behind bars charged with threatening football players at his former high school with a gun. 19-year-old Xavier Martin was arrested Thursday in Palm Beach County. Police say members of the Palm Beach Lakes Community High School football team were praying outside the school Monday. That's when Martin began honking and swearing because he couldn't get through with his car. The players told Martin to wait until they were done, and that's when police say Martin got out and showed the players a gun. The players ran away. Martin drove off. He's now being held on $300,000 bond. All right, let's get a check on our weather now with meteorologist John Scalzi. John?
So we're looking at a developing situation here in terms of our rainfall chances this afternoon. Not expecting anything severe, but certainly some storminess around as we head into the 3, 4, 5 o'clock hours. A lot of cloud cover to start off the morning at the Lakewood Ranch webcam. Put that into motion. You can see breaks in the clouds as well. The breaks produced the sunshine, which heated things up, which actually kicked off a few more showers around. Some of them kind of strong showers that moved through parts of DeSoto County a little bit earlier on today. Those showers now moving rapidly off to the east, but another area of disturbed weather is part of the frontal boundary that's gradually drifting in this direction. That'll increase cloud cover, already is across our region over the course of the afternoon. High, thin clouds to start with, and then those thicker clouds moving on in. That could block the sun just a little bit and reduce day-down heating. We have this line of showers that is approaching. That line of showers promises us well, at least a 60% chance of showers in the later part of the second half of the afternoon. They're kind of falling apart as they approach, but nevertheless, as they do so, they will give us a chance at some much-needed rainfall around here, followed by some breezy conditions, followed by some cooler air that will arrive on the coast tomorrow. Forecast looks like this for the rest of the afternoon. 40% chance of showers by 3 p.m., up to 60% by 7 p.m., and then some overnight clearing. We'll be right back.
Your last chance for 2018 Honda Accords on sale is now during our model year-end sale. Drive new Accords for just $249 a month. Get an Accord, the North American car of the year, for less than the competition. With more standard features than Camry, Honda Sensing, multi-angle camera, turbocharged engine, and more. New Accords, just $249 a month. Your last chance for Accords, all on sale this week at your local Honda dealer.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call, and you cannot be turned down for any reason. Even if you have health problems or are living on a fixed income, guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance policies could work for you, with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. TruStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
My mom didn't have life insurance and the cost all fell on me. And that's expensive. We're still paying for that.
Yeah, we're still paying for that.
Call 1-800-218-4991 now. In one phone call, you can help prepare your family with protection amounts up to $25,000. There are no medical tests or health questions. And remember, you cannot be turned down for any reason. In fact, TruStage policies are already protecting over 18 million Americans. And rates are designed to be affordable, starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease.
When I leave, everything will be taken care of for them.
Call 1-800-218-4991 now for a free, no-obligation quote. TruStage offers plans to fit your budget with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage. Call 1-800-218-4991 now.
Support the Hurricane Michael Relief and Disaster Fund by donating to the United Way of Northwest Florida today. Help communities rise and rebuild after the devastating mess left behind. Every donation makes a difference and is appreciated. Together, we are all Panhandle strong.
ABC7 is teaming up with Gettle Automotive to celebrate teachers in our community. We're calling them Chalkboard Champions. We ask the community to nominate a teacher, and then we select a winner. There are 2 winners each month, and we start the celebration of teachers in Manatee County at Rowlett Academy. ABC7's Jacqueline Matter introduces us to Mrs. Courtney McMahon.
We wanted to award you with the Chalkboard Champion of the Month for Manatee County.
Oh my goodness, I don't have any words right now.
Students, are you guys excited? Do you think she's a Chalkboard Champion?
When Courtney McMahon started teaching elementary students 7 years ago, she never knew she would make such an impact on one local Suncoast family.
It's really easy to teach easy kids. It's a little bit harder when you have a kid like mine.
I like to read and do social studies with her.
Hope Lee says her son Peter is the kind of kid most teachers don't want in their class. She says he's simply too much work.
He is a high-functioning autistic child, and that comes with challenges of how do you approach him, how do you teach him, how do you engage him, and not every teacher can do that.
But Mrs. McMahon can. Right from the start, Lee said the 4th grade teacher has made sure that Peter was equal with his peers every step of the way.
She goes that extra mile all the time to make sure that Peter is engaged, is happy, is excited about learning.
A feat Mrs. McMahon says she's prepared to tackle every day when she walks into her classroom.
We never know, how they come to school, how they go home, so it's important to make sure they feel loved every day and excited to be at school.
Lee says Peter has struggled with writing for years, but because of Mrs. McMahon, his recent test scores have skyrocketed, and now he has high hopes of growing up to be an author.
We had warned Miss McMahon at the beginning of the year that writing was going to be really, really tough. So when he came home and said, I want to be an author, I said, what's up with that, buddy? And he said, Miss McMahon's teaching me how to write, so I can do it now.
Mrs. McMahon says she approaches each student with the same philosophy.
Celebrating their gifts and recognizing, what makes them happy and finding out why they want to be here.
Because of Mrs. McMahon, Lee says she's hopeful for her son's future.
So when you're a special needs parent, you don't know what the future is going to look like, and that's really a scary thing. So when you have a teacher that gives hope, that's overwhelming because when I see him interact with Miss McMahon and Mr. Cohen, I see a future for him. That's a blessing, and it's a real gift.
A gift that looks promising for Peter.
She's a great teacher, and we love her very much.
It's never a fight anymore, and it's very cool because he's got 2 teachers that understand him and want the best for him. He knows that, he feels it, and he's a better student because of it.
In Manatee County, Jacqueline Matter, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Jacqueline. If you're interested in nominating a teacher from Sarasota or Manatee counties, you can head over to our website, mysuncoast.com/chalkboardchampions, and they are. Back to John now for a look at our forecast.
Now your ABC7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
So our temperature, it's at 86 now, so we've gained 1 degree. I don't think we'll get too much warmer than that. 72-degree dew point, but the winds basically turning to the west now. And I know there's a lot of people concerned about the west wind and the red tide and such as that. It may bring some more irritant to the shoreline. That's certainly a possibility. I will tell you that this is not going to be a long event. We'll probably see a west wind established for about 3 or 4 days, and then it'll turn back to the east as we head into maybe Halloween or the day after Halloween. So we'll watch for that and see if that helps things out. Should it create any problems? We're looking for a humidity at 63% to be much, much lower tomorrow as our winds shift to the northwest, and that northerly component draws in that very, very dry air. It's going to feel really fantastic tomorrow as the winds start to subside a little bit. We have a 60% chance of showers today and through this evening, and then we'll start to see the rain chances begin to taper off as we head into the overnight, coming in at about 20% toward dawn. We'll still have a few scattered showers around. We'll still have a few rain showers as that strong north wind comes in, or northwest wind comes in over the relatively warmer Gulf waters. We'll watch the showers and thunderstorms produce perhaps some heavier rainfall in parts of the Big Bend in North Florida. For us, we don't really have any thunderstorm activity out here, but we do have some periods of some heavy to moderate rainfall, and you can't rule out a thunderstorm as they move onshore. Rainfall chances, I mentioned, pretty high through the afternoon period from about 3 o'clock to about 7 o'clock. We'll look for a 15 to 20 knot wind today. Exercise caution. There's also a rip current advisory for our area waters. We'll have 3 to 5 foot seas, choppy conditions on bay and inland waters. And for today, we look for that 85, 86 degree temperature, and then tomorrow much, much lower at about 80 degrees. Over the next several days, the temperatures decrease, so too does the humidity, and it looks like a beautiful week ahead. We'll be right back.
Blue 32, Blue 32, hot, hot. It's the Gatto Gridiron Challenge. The game's on to sell 2,000 vehicles. 12 teams compete for the #1 spot. Score a great deal at every Gatto dealership. Buy with 0 down. Make no payments for 90 days. Choose from 14 of your favorite brands, all on sale. Who will make it to the end zone? You decide. Rush to a Gatto location near you or visit Gatto.com.
Gatto's got it.
At Humana, we believe great things are ahead of you when you start with healthy. And part of staying healthy means choosing the right Medicare plan. Humana can help. With Original Medicare, you're covered for hospital stays and doctor office visits when you're sick, but keep in mind you'll have to pay a deductible for each. A Medicare supplement plan can cover your deductibles and coinsurance, but you may pay higher premiums than you do with other plans, and prescription drug coverage isn't included. But with an all-in-one Humana Medicare Advantage plan, you could get all that coverage plus Part D prescription drug benefits. You get all this coverage for a $0 monthly plan premium in most areas, and Humana has a large network of doctors and hospitals. So call or go online today. Find out if your doctor is part of the Humana network and get your free decision guide. Discover how an all-in-one Medicare Advantage plan from Humana could save you money. There is no obligation and the book is free.
Enjoy fine wine and great foods, all while supporting a great cause. It's the 17th annual Suncoast Food and Wine Fest, happening Saturday, November 10th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Premier Sports Campus in Lakewood Ranch. Taste hundreds of wines from around the world and sample great food from the area's finest restaurants. All proceeds go to local charities and Rotary projects. For tickets and information, visit suncoastfoodandwinefest.com.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining.
Well, we always look forward to the weekend, but this one's going to be extra special.
Exquisite, absolutely exquisite. Tonight, as I mentioned, over the course of, for about 2 hours from now, 3 hours from now, and then continuing through the evening, a few scattered storms, but then heaven on earth.
Perfect. Have a great day, everyone. We invite you back at 4 o'clock for more news. See you then.
For the best car buying experience, go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota, where you always get better prices and a bigger selection. Like KBB's 2017 Best Buy Award overall winner, the Chrysler Pacifica, for just $22,999. Or save big and get the new Chrysler 300 Touring with an MSRP over $30,000 for just $21,999. That's a savings of over $8,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota today.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with a family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, fishing, or biking and hiking. Or play the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, Enjoy the flavors of the Black Belt. Book your adventure at our lodges or stay in the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama Black Belt adventure today.
Performing on stage takes mental and physical preparation. But one thing I never thought to prepare for was cervical cancer. 91% of cervical cancers are caused by the human papillomavirus, or HPV. The good news is there are vaccines that can protect you or your children from cancer. I survived my cancer, but you can stop cancer before it starts. Talk to your doctor and go to thinkaboutthelink.org to learn more.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish!
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Who else has been taking your prescriptions? Keep your medicine and your family safe and secure. Mind your meds. To learn how we can help, visit the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids at drugfree.org.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC7 shows on your streaming device.